is up, guys? Don Victors here. Thank you so much for stopping by. And today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use the major system to memorize any number, and I'm going to use fantasy football stats to demonstrate that. So starting off with 0, and I'll explain how you use this. So starting off with 0, we have like an S sound, a soft C or a Z. So essentially what you want to do is when you have a number, you want to associate it with a letter and then make a word out of it so you can visualize it. And then we have DT, so one way you can memorize that is think like Donald Trump is number 1. Now that's not an accurate reflection of my opinions, but it's a good way to memorize it. So then we have 2. So this is represented by N, so think like 2 downstrokes here. And then we have M, which uses 3 strokes. For 4, the last letter is a R, so easy to remember that one. For 5, it's an L, so in the Roman numerals, 50 is an L. For 6, we have a J, a soft G, a DG, or a soft, like a ch sound. 7 is a K, a hard C, a Q, a hard G, or a hard CH. For 8, we have an F syllable or a V. And sometimes this can be too, like if you say the word cough, it has a GH at the end. That's actually like an F syllable. 9, P or B, and it's easy to remember this one because you flip P or B, it kind of looks like a 9. And we don't use WH or vowels, so I have Y vowels. So you can kind of think of that there. So essentially what happens is if you come up with a number, like let's say you have to memorize 71. You could come up with cat, kid, cod. And you want to try to make it something visual. So you could say the word quite, but that's a difficult word to remember. So for this, I'm going to use fantasy football examples. Now, what I'm going to do is go over the top 50 scores last year in half-point PPR. I'm not going to include quarterbacks, so this is wide receivers, running backs, and tight ends. So starting out at 50, I have Nyheim Hines. So for that one, I have dodge, duck. So I picture him, and he's dodging a duck. So remember what we said earlier, D is 1, and then DG, so that's a 6. So 1, 6, and then he's dodging a duck, so a 1 again, and then that 7, that one, now that's a CK, you don't go 7, 7, it's just 1, 7, 1 syllable. And we have Will Fuller, so I picture him dodging a wiener, so 1, 6 for dodge. And then remember what I said earlier, we don't use vowels and we don't use W's. So I look at that N there for 2, and then the R is 4. So 162.4 points last year for Will Fuller. Moving on from there, I have Cooper Kupp at 48, and I picture him teaching. So we have a 1 for the T, and then we have a 6 for a CH. We have a 2 for that N, and then that's a hard G, so 162.7. We have David Johnson, and this is a good one to go over. So I picture him dodging like an ammo crate from Call of Duty. So 1, 6 for dodge again, and then ammo is a 3. So like I mentioned earlier, you see that MM there, but that's just 1 syllable. And we have DeAndre Swift. So I picture him, and he's running a truck dealership now. He sells a Dodge and he sells a Chevy. So 1, 6, and then a 6 and an 8 for Chevy. And then the V is an 8. So I'm going to throw on my trusty sleep mask for this that I did in my pie video. Now, just a disclaimer, this is not what I use when I'm typically memorizing numbers, but this is a lot simpler to learn and show people. And if you're just using it for a normal purpose, you're not doing like memory competitions or anything like that, this is fine. So someone actually thought I could see through my sleep mask, but I assure you, this is what it's designed for. You can't see through this thing. So I'm going to demonstrate how we can use this system. I showed you guys the first 5. I'm going to do the next 45 blindfolded to demonstrate that you can do this. So after DeAndre Swift, we have Cole Beasley. And for this, I picture him dodging a fly. So dodge, fly. So 168.5 for Cole Beasley. Moving on from there at 44, I have Chris Carson, and I'm picturing him in my bedroom, and he's dodging a bomb. So 169.3. I'm kind of cheating here because I'm not using that last B, but so I picture Chris Carson dodging a bomb in my bedroom. That is certainly the most exciting thing that's happened in my bedroom. Self-deprecating humor. Moving on from there, we have at 43 Ronald Jones, and I'm picturing him attacking an enemy. So attack enemy, 172.3. Then at 42, I have Curtis Samuel, and I'm picturing him hanging out with Dak, and they're now Amish, even though they're really super rich. So 1.7 for Dak, and then Amish is 3.6. So 173.6 points for Curtis Samuel last year. Then we have Robbie Anderson, and I'm picturing him hanging out with a duck and Juju. So 176.6 points last year for Robbie Anderson. Next I have New Falcon, and I'm really excited about this signing. We got him super cheap, and he's a talented player. We have Mike Davis, and I'm picturing him eating an oat cake. So 1 with that T, and then cake is 7.7. 177 points last year for Mike Davis. Then we have Deontay Johnson, and he's wearing a toque, so that's 1.7, and he coughs, so cough 7.8, so 177.8 for Deontay Johnson. And we have DJ Moore. He's chilling on my couch with a dog, and it's got a flea, so 178.5 for DJ Moore. Kenyon Drake, he also has a dog. This one has a bug. So 1.7 for dog again, and then bug is 9.7, so 179.7. And then we have Terry McLaurin. I'm a big fan of this guy, but I'm picturing Terry Crews here, and he's acting all tough and awesome. So 1.803, 180.3 points last year for Terry McLaurin. Moving on from there, we have CeeDee Lamb. And he's with my buddy Dave, and he's watching ice hockey. This actually worked out perfect because my TV's right there. So Dave is 1.8, ice hockey 0.7, 180.7 points last year for CeeDee Lamb. And then in my shed, I see Melvin Gordon. He's watching TV with Derrick Henry, so TV Henry. TV 1.8, Henry 2.4, 182.4 points last year for Melvin Gordon. And then I see Chase Claypool, and he's holding a dove, and he receives an MBA. So dove, like Dave, 1.8. MBA is a 9 and a 3, so 189.3 points last year for Chase Claypool. And I picture Antonio Gibson, and he's in a tavern. 1.8. 4.2, 184.2 points for Antonio Gibson. Then I have on my step Juju Smith-Schuster, and he's being a diva, and he's dressed up in a Luigi costume. So 1.8 for diva, 5.6 for Luigi, 185.6 points for Juju Smith-Schuster. Now, I actually don't think Juju Smith-Schuster is a diva. I think that he gets criticized too much because he likes dance, and I think that's great. And I have Marvin Jones, and he's eating toffee with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So toffee and Buffy, 1.8. 189.8 points for Marvin Jones. And then I have Amari Cooper. He's borrowing a crop top from Ezekiel Elliott, and he's chilling on a sofa. So top sofa, 190.8. So we have 1.9 for top, and then 0.8 for sofa, 190.8 for Amari Cooper. And then in my neighbor's yard, I have Brandon Cooks. He's chilling in a tub, and he's eating Commercial Street Deli. If you know, you know. If you don't, you should go to Commercial Street Deli if you're from around the area. So tub is 1.9, deli is 1.5, so 191.5 for Brandon Cooks, and that was in my neighbor's yard. What's up, Sabrina? And then in my other neighbor's yard, I have Keenan Allen, and he's holding a giant tablet. 195.1 for Keenan Allen. And now I'm not familiar with those neighbors, but I did give them fudge for Christmas because I'm a good Samaritan. Moving on from there, I have Ezekiel Elliott, and he's at a local church here, and he's wearing his famous crop top, and he's eating cake. So top cake, 1977, 197.7 for Ezekiel Elliott. Moving on from there, we have like a baseball field, and at third base, I see Kareem Hunt. He's doing the Tebow pose, and he holds an apple. So Tebow apple, 199.5. After him, second base, Nick Chubb, and he has a toupee on. It goes down to his back. Toupee. 1.9, and then back is 9.7, 199.7. Then I have Robert Woods. He's at first base, and his knees are sore, so he's sad. So knees 2.0, and then sad 0.1, so 200.1 points for Robert Woods. Then on the pitcher's mound, I see Allen Robinson. He's got a net, and he catches Johnny Depp. So net Depp. So net to 1 Depp, 1.9, 211.9 points for Allen Robinson. And then I see A.J. Brown. He's in a knight costume. He attacks an enemy. So knight enemy, 2.3. 212.3 points last year for A.J. Brown. And then leaving the parking lot in his Honda, because he's a modest guy, is Mike Evans, and he's dressed up as a mage. So Honda Mage, 2.136, so 213.6 points for Mike Evans. Down the road, I see Josh Jacobs. He's getting an interview. So for interview, we have that N, and then we have that T. So that's 214.8, 214.8 for Josh Jacobs. And then I'm picturing in the liquor store, I see Tyler Lockett, and he's got an antler. So 215.4 for Tyler Lockett last year. And I have Adam Thielen, and he's holding an antique. And so antique, 217 for Adam Thielen. I picture Darren Waller. He's dressed up as a nanny, and he's babysitting a lad. So nanny, lad, 225.1 last year for Darren Waller. And I see J-Rob, had a breakout year last year. He's dressed up as a non, and he does a layup. So 225.9 last year for J-Rob. I see DK Metcalf at the local bar. He's making soup. He throws an onion in, and then he throws beef in. So onion, beef. 229.8. Moving on from there, I have Justin Jefferson, and he's now a gnome, and he's sitting on top of the swan. So gnome, 2.3, swan, 0.2, 230.2 for Justin Jefferson. Moving on from there, I see DeAndre Hopkins, and it's a lot colder here in Canada than it is in Arizona, so he's numb. And he's with my buddy Sam. Maybe they're having a race, and that would be really close because Sam is incredibly fast. So 230.3 for DeAndre Hopkins last year. And I see Jonathan Taylor. He's dressed up in an Anaheim Ducks jersey, hopefully one of those cool ones from the 90s. And so Anaheim, 2.3. He's hanging out with Raffy from the league, so 234.8 for Jonathan Taylor. And then across the street, I see Aaron Jones. He's watching Finding Nemo with Darren Waller. So Nemo Waller, 235.4 for Aaron Jones. Then at the pizza shop, I see Calvin Ridley. He's watching anime while eating chili. Maybe this is a new product that they have. So anime chili, so 236.5. And then I have David Montgomery, who kind of surprised me that he was this high. I know he came on at the end of the year last year, so he's a gnome, and he's drinking coffee. So gnome coffee, 237.8. 237.8 last year for David Montgomery. And then I have, in my father's yard, I see Travis Kelce. He was making me do some extra work. So he actually had a pass for 4 yards. I did not know that. So I'm picturing him eating nachos, and then he's right sad because he only has one nacho. So nachos, nacho. 260.26 last year for Travis Kelce. Then in my odds here, I see Stephon Diggs. He's on the date nap hinge. And he finally gets a match, and it's Ezekiel Elliott. So hinge Elliott, 265 decimal 1. 265 decimal 1 for Stephon Diggs. Moving on from there, I see Tyreek Hill. He's got honey in one hand and flour in the other. So 285.4, 285.4 for Tyreek Hill. And then I see Devontae Adams, and he's got a map of Mississippi. So 300 decimal 9 for Devontae Adams. Moving on from there, I see Dalvin Cook, and he's at a convenience store, and he walks out with meatloaf. 315 decimal 8, 315 decimal 8 for Dalvin Cook. And then across, I see Derrick Henry. He's doing a moonwalk, and he's dressed up as Macho Man Randy Savage. So Moon Macho. 3236, so 323.6 for Derrick Henry. And then across the street, I see Alvin Kamara, and he's miming that he's working out in a gym, so Mime Gym. So 3-3 for Mime, and then Gym, 6-3, 336.3 points for Alvin Kamara. Well, I hope you guys found this educational and entertaining. Maybe you didn't find either, but I hope you have an awesome day.